Hello, this is Mr. Tilson here. In this video I'd like just to show you how we can use the new Quick Design hardware setup template. If we take the new Quick Design libraries and we go to the fittings libraries, we have all the standard fittings, and we also have a hardware which is called template 0010. This template fitting is a fitting, if we look at it closely, which has got nothing in it except a couple of triangles. The right angle of the triangle is set at 0, 0, and the triangle is actually pointing along the x direction, the positive x direction along here, and the positive y direction along here, and we've got one on each panel. So we've got one on the underpassing panel and one on the overpassing panel, and these are set along the reference axis. So if we change the reference axis down here, face 1, you can see that the triangles change their position too, and they're showing where the 0, 0 position is on each panel. So for instance, if we put it in centered, we can see the center line is here, and this triangle here has been positioned on the 0, 0 position along that center line. If I put it on the overpassing edge along here and we create a overlap, we can see that the triangle is sitting on the overpassing edge here. Let's go back to the phase 2 and let's explode these two things, and we can see where the triangle is sitting. And this is just a visual aid when we're putting in our XY positions, where we're actually putting in our hardware drillings or machining. So for instance, I want to drill a hole at 0, 0 position. Let's put a hole here. Let's put a 5mm hole, and we'll give it a 12mm depth, and we put it at x0, y0 on the underpassing panel. We can see where it's being drilled here. It's on the underpassing panel, so it's this panel. It's x0, y0 at the right angle of the triangle. It's on the face 1. Let's put it on face 2, so it's on the same face as this triangle here. If we wanted another hole at a certain distance along the x position on this particular panel, I could just take that hole here, duplicate it, and say now let's move along the x position, let's move it 20mm. If I put 20mm here, and now we've got 20mm on the x position. If I want to put it along 20mm along the y position, we see that the triangle is pointing in the y plus values, 20mm by 20mm here. So this is a nice visual aid to know where the positive x's are going along here and the positive y's are moving away from that reference axis. If I go back to something like this, and let's put it back together, what we can see here, for instance, is that the other triangle on the overpassing board is here, and it's pointing at the y directions in this direction here. If I want to drill on the overpassing panel, and let's do the same thing at 5 by 12 deep. Now we see you get 5 by 12 deep on the overpassing panel at the reference of this triangle here. Now we know that the positive x directions are along the line here. So if I put another one here, I duplicate that one, and I give it a positive x of 20. We're now moving that hole along that line in 20. But if I give a positive y position of 20, we think it might move into the cabinet here, but we can see that the triangle is pointing in the other direction, and it's actually moving out of the cabinet. So this triangle is telling us that this is the positive direction. So if I want to move it in the other direction, I have to put a minus 20 on it, and now we're actually moving into the cabinet. To use the template, we just click on it and make a copy. I just select it, and then I make a copy. And now we have a template /011. We can change this name to, let's call it new hardware. And now we have a new hardware element, and we can start using the template. Once you've set up your hardware and your drilling patterns, then before leaving the hardware editor, we have to just erase the two triangles. These two triangles are in fact just hardware pockets. I'll just select the first two elements on the drilling patterns list, and that will highlight the two triangles, and just click delete. Our new hardware element is ready to be included in the library. So that's a little tool which we've just set up to make it easier to position the drilling patterns of your hardware. Hope it's helpful, and tell me what you think of it. Bye.